Hi everyone, my name is VK. I'm a certified network engineer. Today we are trying to understand the basic concept of computer networking that is called the OSI reference model. Whether you are studying for a certification or just getting started with the networking, understanding the OSI reference model is really crucial. So let's try to break it down. The OSI reference model stands for Open System Interconnection, and it was developed by International Organization for Standardization in late 1970s. It is a conceptual framework that describes how data moves between the devices in a network. Think of it as a guide that shows how the information travels from one computer to another and break down it into different layers. So the OSI reference model is made up of 7 different layers. Each layer got its own specific function, and these layers work together to ensure the data is successfully sent, received, and understood. Let's try to discuss each layer in detail. At the base of all, it is all about the physical layer. The physical layer actually deals with the physical connection between the devices. Things like cables, switches, even the radio signals are considered as the physical media for any communication. It's all about the transmitting the raw bits of data over a media, like turning ones and zeros into electrical signals. The second layer is data link layer. The data link layer is responsible for organizing the bits into frames and making sure they are free from error. It is the same layer where the MAC address come into play, which is used to identify devices on the same local network. Network layer is also called as layer 3, is responsible for routing packet between different networks. This is where the IP address come into play. Whether it is IPv4 or IPv6, this layer ensures that the data is sent to the correct destination, even if it has to cross multiple different networks along the way. Layer 4, that is the transport layer. This layer is all about ensuring the reliable data transmission. It breaks down the data into smaller segments and use the protocols like the TCP and UDP. The TCP stands for Transmission Control Protocol, which is known for its reliability. At the same time, UDP, the User Datagram Protocol, which is known for its speed. Layer 5, that is called the session layer, is responsible for managing and controlling the dialogues. In computer world, dialogues means sessions between two computers, right? And it helps to establish, maintain, and terminate these dialogues or sessions. The next layer, that is the 6th layer of OSI reference model, the presentation layer. This layer ensures that the data is in a readable format for the application layer. Its responsibility is to translate the data, encrypt and compress or decompose the data based on the requirements, essentially making sure that the data is properly formatted. Finally, we have the application layer, that is called the layer 7, and this is the layer which is very close to the end user, and it is where the network services like web browsers, email clients, and file transfer applications operate. It interacts directly with the software applications to provide network services. So in summary, the OSI reference model breaks down into several layers. Each layer is responsible for a specific part of network communication. It starts from the physical layer, data link layer, network layer, transport layer, session layer, presentation layer, and application layer. Understanding the OSI reference model helps us to see how different network components and protocols and devices communicate each other. And in reality, not all networks strictly follow the OSI reference model. The most of the networks today are using the simplified version of OSI reference model, that is the 4-layer model known as TCP/IP reference model. But the OSI reference model remains an excellent way to understand how network works and to understand the network fundamentals.